have to love technology. It does what it does. So, welcome to Tech Center Stage and Own It. My name is Marisa Bludorn, and I am the editor in chief of Own It Magazine and Publishing. And I am so excited to be going live today with Own It August 2023 CoverGirl, Iris Wright. She is a number one best-selling visionary author. She is a serial entrepreneur and an advocate for injustice. And she is taking center stage and owning it with me this evening to share with you her story and all that she's been up to. This is a powerhouse, and I can't wait to have her with me. Hey, beautiful. How are you?
Hey, how are you?
Listen, I have come out of hiding just to do this interview with you, and I'm looking forward to it. We've got some different aspects. We're going to be going live a few times and sharing with the audience about who you are, what you're about, and also, too, how they can get connected and follow you. So share with our audience who you are and what you're all about, Iris.
My name is Iris. Like she said, I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I own several businesses. I'm an author, three times best-selling author, visionary. Um, I like to do a lot of stuff, so I love helping the community. I started injustice movement this past January. So I believe that when you're building from passion, that anything is possible, and I am living witness that anything is possible with Christ and just having that passion and that drive to go get it. So, um, one of my
Well,
companies,
you are good. Go ahead.
I own a home care company as well. So I believe in innovation and technology. We are Virginia's only virtual hybrid home care company.
Wow, wow. Well, I know you're being a little modest. You're
Mhm.
sharing, but you're being a little modest. What started your advocacy? So we're gonna start with your advocacy work. What was the driving force behind your advocacy work? Share with the audience because we know that you've published about your journey and your experience, and as a visionary author, you also had others join in and share their stories so that it is a collaborative effort and just bringing awareness to the injustice in our justice system. So share with the audience about your start in this journey for advocacy work.
Well, I want to say first that I am an injustice survivor. Um, at 18, I was facing over 20 years incarceration for a crime I didn't commit. That crime happened to be against my own child. It took me almost 5 years to get her back. And when I got her back, things were not the same. Things were very different. She was given back to me with a sexual transmitted disease.
Mm,
Um, that's how my injustice started. And it went on for 20 years because I held on to all of the pain, all of the hurt. I still had to move and motivate, so I still used a lot of that to, I guess, working, being able to do multiple things and take on a lot is because of that may been a force of what helped build me because in order for me to escape what I was going through, I had to dive in to do other things. But January the 2nd, I decided to go live and not hold it in any longer. And when I went live, everyone started contacting me and telling me their stories.
mm,
Um, and even though I know that it happens quite frequently because I see it, but when you're going through the motions, that's still not registering in your mind that other people are going through it or that you feel like you're the only person that goes through this. So I started writing. My first book was released in January. I went into an anthology, and I noticed that writing was probably what I was missing to finish my healing process, and it helped me open up to understand that what I'm feeling, I can't hold it in any longer.
Mm-hmm.
And because it started my healing process, I wanted to help others complete their healing process as well. I didn't want them holding on to all the baggage and all the pain and everything. I wanted them to know that they can evolve. So the injustice movement is about us going through the injustice, whatever our injustice is, and being able to evolve and still do great things. Using our pain for purpose and helping the people in our community too, because hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody carry their pain differently. So that is what I wanted to get out of this, and I'm hoping to get out of this. And as we're growing, now I decided to add this into my nonprofit. So now we're getting attorneys on our board, um, establishing partnerships. So if people, hopefully in 2024, if people are facing any criminal activity for something they didn't do, they'll have somewhere they can call so we can have an attorney stand in court with them.
Right.
We're having the celebration twice a year. Our next celebration is February the 3rd in the beautiful Williamsburg, Virginia. And our next one is November, towards the end of the year, November 2024. Every celebration, we launch an anthology. So June 17th was volume one of our Injustice. We did our live launch then. It was beautiful. Everything I wanted was there. And
Yes.
that book is Amazon #1 bestseller. Also, we have it in Barnes and Nobles inside the stores. We have it in 2 Barnes and Nobles right now in Virginia, and we have it in another bookstore called Paperback Inc., a local bookstore as well. But we're hoping to grow that. So volume 2, we're in the middle of that right now. We are calling for authors for volume 3. We also have another unique book that we're calling for authors for as well, called Injustice Healthcare Edition.
Mm. Okay. All right. All right. And that's another. So segueing to that, I just want to tap on the authorship aspect of what you shared. And it is very therapeutic. Writing, that's why they say it's always important for you to journal, have a
Yep.
diary, because what goes in, what we experience, the best way for it to come full circle is to process it. You gotta let the full process take place. And a lot of times, if you're not a writer, if you don't write, you don't really realize that it's a double-edged sword, right? It cuts
Yep.
to the writer, to the author, as well as to the reader. It helps the author process what they've experienced by reliving it through the writing process. And then it helps and inspires the reader to say that, just like you said, you're not alone, that there are others that are going through it. That's why having these anthologies and having these collaborative works where multiple authors are involved, it gives readers the opportunity to not just see one person's story, but see multiple stories, to find themselves somewhere within the pages. And so just like she said, there's a call for authors for volume 3, but just get in touch with Iris and see all of what she's doing. Follow her because she's doing a lot. She's got a lot. And then she also has a lot of opportunities to work with her in different capacities as far as business, showing you business opportunities and things like that. So shifting over to the home care. So talk about that, because and I want you to share with the audience about how they can do whatever they want to do, where all of these folks are out here saying, oh, you got to focus on one thing, focus on one thing. But like you said, if you didn't fill your plate up with things to do, you would just be overwhelmed and consumed with the negative. So sometimes you do have to fill your that void up so that you're not consumed with the negative. You fill it up with positive things as you are going through the grieving and the processing process. And so share about the home care part of what you do.
Yes, I own Caring Hearts Telecare, and I also own a nonprofit called Caring Hearts Foundation. With Caring Hearts Telecare, we are, like I said, Virginia's only virtual hybrid home care company. So we use technology to help us keep our seniors independent, but also we're delivering them 24-hour care. Um, all of our clients are pretty much 24-hour care now. If there's not a aide with them or a CNA with them, the technology takes over. So we never stop taking care of our clients. And I think that's majorly important. So I'm building this virtual world. So we have like our virtual clients that we're building, and we have our hybrid clients. And hybrid is just meaning that an aide might be there some part of the day, but they're not there all the time. And then the
Yeah.
technology picks up. But we're building it to where we have activities going on, and we're growing our activities. So we're hoping into next year we'll have activities every day from 8 to 8
Wow.
throughout the day. Um, we want them to be engaged. So we wanted to break barriers. So they have access to a doctor 24 hours a day in the comfort of their own home. We have mental health. If they want mental health, we have mental health from 9 to 9, Monday through Friday, through the comfort of their own home. We partner with big companies too. So I do want to encourage people that you don't have to own everything to make sure that your quality is met. So I do partner with a big technology company that spent millions in building their platform and helping us build ours. So we have a lot of Bluetooth capabilities. We have electronic caregivers that we can actually program to do certain things inside of our homes, and then it still directs back to us so we can keep an eye on our clients. We have different remote patient monitoring that we do. So
Mhm.
if the doctors are saying that they need their blood pressures, if they need their blood sugars, their pulse ox or speedometers or whatever they need, we have equipment. We get it sent to the home. We teach them how to utilize the equipment, and their results come right to us. So they don't have to call us for anything. We can see everything that's happening with them. We have our own pharmacy that we partner with as well. So our clients do get their medications delivered to their home doors already prepackaged for them. So we don't want them worrying about if they're going to take all their medicines or if they're going to package the right medicines because they're getting older. They forget.
Mhm.
We partner with another big company for meals. So if they want meals
Ah,
delivered to them, we have meals delivered to them.
wow.
Yeah, so we partner with two transportation companies as well. Um, so we do try to make sure that those barriers are met and that we're taking care of them the best of best of our knowledge and everything that we know. Most of our staff are certified nursing assistants, so I don't hire a lot of PCAs, and that was intentional. I wanted people with experience to be able to deliver the quality of care that our clients need. Um, and I'm excited to build this platform, and most importantly, is the creating the culture for it. So as we grow, I know I have to back away, and I'm starting to back away with things now. But I want to make sure that the culture is set into our company, that we're built on quality. Um, our parents, our grandparents, the people that we love deserve to be home and be independent, and they deserve to be cared for properly, just the way that as they cared for their children and their grandchildren. So sometimes I think we forget about that, and sometimes I think we make them feel that they're forgotten about. So I definitely try to not do any missteps to let them know that I'm not forgetting about them, and that I'm always there. And I'm hoping that the team that I build, and even as I start backing away, I'm hoping that I install that in them as well, to make sure that our clients and our staff is being properly taken care of.
Yeah, that's awesome. And so let's dig into that culture thing, because people don't necessarily realize that organizations, companies have a culture, they have a way of doing things. And so, talk a little bit about that culture. What are your core values? You shared a little bit about that. And then, how do you transfer that leadership? So, if you're talking to a business owner, because you're talking about backing away, And that means that you're equipping your team to be able to handle things from a distance. And when we look at leadership, how do you share with how you are backing away?
Well, one, I believe that I need to stay outside the box as much as possible. I believe that when you're building your business, if you're inside the box, you don't get to see everything as if you were outside the box because we're too involved. So with a lot of my projects, I stay outside the box as much as possible. So I jump in, and I don't want to say you have to stay out there all the time, because when your team needs your help, you need to help. But you have to know when to jump in and when to go ahead and back out and say, hey, they have it under control now.
Yeah.
It's fixed. So that's one thing that, I'm a firm believer of. And I think because I'm outside the box majority of the time, when there's things missing or mistakes being made or something that need to be fixed or a staff member that needs a little more training, I'm able to see that, hey, let me pull them out, let me get them some more training, let me see, what I can do here. And I'm relatable, so I try to be authentic with the client and my staff. I do stuff for my staff too. I love them to death. They work hard. That was another thing inside of my culture. I want to make sure is there. So when the person takes over my office, I want them to be able to do monthly things for our staff. I know one month, I think June, I did R&B paint night. I just did massage day, which massage day was so needed for the staff. I don't even think they realized how much they needed those massages and how they felt when they were done. So I decided to keep that in the culture of my company. So massage day is a big deal to us. So every month I do a massage day.
Okay.
Um, and I figured if I can participate and donate to other organizations and write that off, I can definitely install some of that money into my staff, because technically they're an investment for me, right? So if they're not treating my clients good, if they're not showing up for work, if they're exhausted or they're hurt, I lose money or I can lose clients, right? So it's important to me that they stay healthy and strong, and that they know that they have someone that cares for them genuinely. Um, so I do a lot for them. I really do. And if I see one of them need help, sometimes I don't even ask what the problem is. I step in and help. Um, it's very important. So it goes both ways. So when I talk about the culture of our company, I want to make sure that we're installing love, care in that foundation, because we're caring for other people and we're loving other people, but we can't do that if we don't love ourselves or care about ourselves. So I want that to be set in our culture at all times.
Yeah, yeah, those are great pillars to make sure that they're taken care of. And we in IO psychology, we look at that as perceived organizational support (POS). How
Yeah.
does your staff, how does your team feel like you support them? Because if they feel that they have that support, you're already killing anxiety. You're already killing doubt. And what you're doing is you're giving life to trust, you're giving life to autonomy, and you're giving life to their creativity and their willingness to be open and vulnerable to you. And that's what a high performance team is. A high performance team is what you really want to develop. They have group think. They think alike. They see the bigger picture, and they do everything possible together to make like teamwork, making the dream work.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they buy into. And so excellent point. Really appreciate you sharing that aspect of what it is that you do. Now, you were doing some, now we're going to shift gears because there's so many aspects of you. And the reason why I like having these ongoing interviews, because we'll be interviewing Iris all month long. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to, she's dropping nuggets on business and how important and valuable as an entrepreneur you have to see your business, how you have to create a structured business that you can kind of step back from and allow others to lead. Because ultimately, as a CEO, that's what you want to do. You want to lead from managing to governing. And so that is so critical. I want to tap into some of the authors that you have out there because I remember, I'm always stalking when I go to do the magazine, and Iris is one of our ownest contributing writers as well as our cover girl. You have some offers out there for opportunities, and I want you to share with the audience what some of those offers are. And that's another shifted gear because you got multiple CEO hats here going on. So we're going to shift gears, and I want you to lead the conversation. And what are the other opportunities that people have to work with you?
Yes. I recently became a mortgage loan officer as well. So we licensed in all 50 states. So we are looking for other mortgage people who want to become mortgage loan officers. Um, to be able to be licensed in all 50 states and work to help people. We have a program called 75 for All. With 75 for All, we want to increase home ownership, especially in minorities. Um, Not just minorities, I want to say that we want all of us to be on the same playing field. So that's what we mean by 75 for All. Right now, minorities in home ownership is very low. So we want to be part of help educating people and helping them because some people just think I don't make enough money or I can't get this done, I can't get that done. So we have a system that helps them, with their credit, help them look at the bigger picture on how they become homeowners, and we can actually help them get approved for a home loan. So that's one way you can work with me. So if you want to join in with that, please contact me. But I believe in multiple streams of income. So we really do. I really do enjoy everything I do help someone else. So that's very important to me. Another way we can work together is again one of my anthologies. We got Call for Altars for Injustice Volume 2, 3, and Injustice Healthcare Edition as well. If you're in Virginia, my home care company, we're always hiring and looking for people, and soon we're going to be looking for some virtual help as well. As I said, we're expanding some of our virtual services with the activities aid and everything else. So we'll be looking for other people to do work from home. Um, if you Whatever you need to do, contact me because I do so many different things that can help you generate and learn how to build multiple streams of income.
Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay, so we're getting ready to close out. So I want you to share with the audience um, how do you keep going? Like, what share maybe an obstacle, one of the biggest obstacles that you had to overcome. We know about your injustice, but another in just day to day that you have to overcome because some people say, oh, she can do all of that, right? She probably doesn't, other than the injustice, she probably doesn't have any problems or whatever. Folks think it's easy to get out here and do the work. What keeps you going? And share with the audience a way that they can keep going too.
Um, what keeps me going is my family. I want. I have a 7-year-old son here. My husband is a big supporter. He motivates me. He believes in me. Christ, and I want my son to see something different. So I want to install this in him. I want him to take power over his life, to be able, because a lot of times we live in the olden times where we feel like we got to work so hard, we got to break our backs, and then when it's time to retire, we're going to go ahead and die now.
Right.
And I want to install for him that he do have to work hard, but working smarter is not always harder, right? So I believe in working smarter and harder and building something for yourself, building a legacy. So that was something that I wasn't taught or brought up in. And I do go through things, quite a bit to keep that I have to keep going. we just lost my mother-in-law not even 2 years ago, and then I just was in 2 car accidents back to back. So, um, and I just lost my best friend, and she was buried a day before my birthday, this past April. So I do go through things, and I just continue to pray and ask God to help me through it. But I know that his reasons, or whatever it is that he's allowing me to go through it, I know he wants me to stay strong. So it is there to make me stronger. And God said he owed me double for my trouble, so I keep him accountable for that. So, uh, so I want to say, be honest. You can talk to God about anything. You can make him, hilarious, or you can be a little loud sometime, or a little bit stern with him, and let him know that, okay, God, because I know sometimes I'm stern. You told me double for my trouble, and I'm ready for what I need, and you said I can have it all. So I believe that he didn't allow me to go through everything to just give up. So I'm going to keep going.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. That's incredible. And I just say I'm impressed. And as we continue the interviews, we're going to dive deeper in to all it is that you're doing and how, because I really want to talk more about that whole virtual support for the elders that your company offers, all of that virtual, because I know what's in my head about technology and how you can be there helping. But I want to hear a little bit more, dive into that as well too.
Yep.
You dropped some very, very important, nuggets during this interview. And like I said, I'm looking forward to the remainder. Share with people how they can follow you, some of your social media links. How can they follow you and get in contact with you?
You can follow me on Facebook, Iris Wright. I'm on Iris Wright on all platforms, or author Iris Wright on all platforms, or Caring Hearts Telecare on all platforms. My website, iris-wright.com. You can go on there. We're constantly updating things on there as well. Um, but just reach out to me. You can message me. You can post something on my wall and I'll contact you. I also have, if you're in the home care, I have a free group for home care owners. I believe in helping people. God put this on my spirit. So I have called Caring Hearts Telecoach, and I drop a lot of nuggets on there for home care owners to learn how to be able to create a home care company that is for private pay focused agency, on how to expand on innovation and technology.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. And so share with the audience. I know that you have a podcast, and I know that you're working on getting that back up. What can they look forward to in that podcast coming back, or how can they listen to what you've already have out there?
I have a podcast called Real Talk with Iris. We are on YouTube, Real Talk with Iris, Spotify as well, Real Talk with Iris, and we're on the Daily Gospel Network. We're on there 3 shows. I think we do 3 shows a week there as well. We be talking about everything. I spotlight businesses, new promotions, things that's going on in the world. We just have real conversation.
Yeah, and that's what we need. We need real conversations that we can apply in our real life, right?
Yep.
But nothing over the head where we can't do anything with it,
Yep.
because it's only valuable if we can use it, right?
Yep. Yes.
So this is Iris Wright. She is the Own It August 2023 cover girl. We're so excited to have her on our cover, and honored to have her on our cover. And she is a wealth of wisdom. And so you want to stay tuned for all that's coming next. And like she said, she has an anthology. If you want to write, if you've never written before, and you are getting in that place where you're seeing other people write, you're seeing other people becoming bestsellers, work with her in that capacity. If you are one who loves homes and you want to help people get into homes, work with her in regards to becoming a mortgage rep, writing up mortgages and helping people get into their homes. And then she has the home health care. So you wanna connect with her in those capacities. Reach out to her, follow her on Instagram, Facebook. Are you on Twitter? Did you say Twitter?
No, I'm not on Twitter, but I know I'm on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I don't think I'm on Twitter though.
Yeah, I know. Who still is on Twitter? Well, anyway, we want to just thank you. Have a blessed night. This has been awesome, and I'm looking forward to just doing more with you and digging in deeper and deeper and deeper. And thank you so much for taking time out of your busy
Thank you.
schedule. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Have a good night.